Good morning, afternoon, or good evening, wherever and whenever you're watching this. We're doing some work on Britney. So what we've done is I went around and I raised all the coilovers as high as I can. These BCs are bent pretty good. Unless they send me new ones, I'm putting feels on here. I raised up the rear quite a bit more, helped me get a little bit more weight up towards the front, as well as stop hitting anything in the back. But I also found out all my coilovers were turned all the way to soft. So we put them to neutral, and then we'll send a video to Alex with the correct information, because he didn't have it last time. I sent him a video. I told him I thought we were at neutral, and from what he saw the car doing, he said bump up the rear 6. Well, that was not the case. Now that it is, we'll send him a video when we get out there this weekend and ask him what I'm supposed to do. We did this, which then led me to maybe I get a bash bar so I don't have to redo all my lights in case I get into something. So we're building a bash bar as well as a front jacking point and a rear jack point. And then final to-do list is we're gonna take the halo seat out of Tiffany, put that into the driver's seat, and put the pink seat into the passenger seat and install that harness. Because I did not have a harness at the last event, and a bunch of people asked me for ride-alongs, and I couldn't give them one, and I felt bad. So we're doing the work. So we've got Daniel coming over. He's gonna film while I work for the, what is this called right here, Daniel? What is it called?
Front crash support?
Crash bar?
No, I think it's bumper support. It's called a bash bar.
Bash, it is, it's a front bash bar. Holy crap, guys. We're making the front bash bar. Okay, you guys can cut that in to seem like I didn't do that other thing. Nope. So anyways, we're gonna now take this, make some sheet metal. That's the stuff, look. Oh, you know what? I have a way cooler thing. This thing's gotta be 120 years old or something. So the orange substance you see me applying to the metal before I drill is called tap paste. And what it is a cutting aid. It protects your tools and allows for your drill bits to actually cut through the metal faster, more efficiently. We actually needed to use some of that cutting agent on the front bash bar. These frame rails on the Corvettes are hydroformed. It allows for a super strong but lightweight frame rail, and it also allows them to use a higher tensile strength steel, which means it's gonna be harder to cut through. We use a tap paste, make quick work of it. Now I gotta clean these up on the old grinder over there. No, not the grinder you guys are used to being on. Okay, dude, so much like everything else, welding is all about the preparation, making sure you get everything cut and fitted properly, as well as cleaned up. Otherwise, you'll be chasing problems around and you'll be making excuses for your welds at the end of what you're doing. So this tool you're seeing right here is a tubing bender, and it is the most affordable tubing bender that I found when I first started, and it's awesome. Stores away really easy, and it'll do pretty much any job you need it to without having to spend thousands of dollars. So go check them out, affordable bender. If you're gonna start drifting, start building your own car so you can afford it, this will definitely help. That might have screwed it all up. And this one actually has an air over hydraulic conversion on it, which there's a video on the channel you can check out. So when you pick this up, you can go to Harbor Freight, get this air over hydraulic dealie, install that, and make your life quite a bit easier. Okay, so let's see how we even did. And I wanted more of a point anyways. And I don't know how I did, guys. Let me look at this. All right, so it looks like we may have pulled it off. This will be the real test. Okay, so I am not mad at that. I didn't gauge how far back I needed to put the bender in order to get the bend in the center, so I tried to do some maneuvering, and we'll see how I did. Okay, so we're still good, and if I need to do more, I can. It's gonna be about that far. With the great success of the bending of the bash bar, we're moving on to the outriggers. A lot of times people use a tubing notcher, which I have, but when I'm only doing a couple notches, I normally just freehand it. And I've done so much of this that I'm pretty good. Plus, with my autism and the way my brain works, I can take pictures in my head, measure and pull off of those to make sure I get it right. But that's what we're doing. We're just gonna go ahead and cut a couple pieces. We already measured the distance we wanted off of the crash structure on the car to the back of the new bash bar, which we had sitting in the bumper attached to the car. So we know what that distance is. We're just gonna make a couple of those and then it's on to welding. So yeah, I just gotta open it up and it'll go right into where it goes. Oh yeah, perfect. Dooders, I did it. Bash bar complete. Welds are still hit and miss, but if I do hit something, hopefully it will miss all of this. You'll see what I did there. What I have decided is I'm gonna cut this in half. It's the only angle I have. I'm going to put one this side, that side, and then weld the thing to it. And I have not decided if I'm going to bolt in with some riv nuts, just so it can be removable and it's not just stuck right here. I was thinking about something like that. Maybe, maybe not, we don't know. But I also want to put the tow hook right here. So that's kind of why I was thinking this, because then that'll be off the backside, and then I could have a tow hook that goes from here to here. And then we can just go right into that to pull the car. And it'd be really strong. So I'm kind of just winging it here with this front jack point. And because of that, I'm not sure if I'm going to be welding it directly to the chassis or if I'm going to be making it bolt-in and removable. That's preferable. It's, do I have the tools here to do it, and will it still work for tomorrow when I go driving? That's the question. You guys are along for the ride, but right now I'm leaving my options open. I could be welding it or I could be bolting it on, and so we're going to be cleaning up the metal just in case I need to be lazy and weld it. So I had to temporarily put some little M6 bolts right here, and I was unable to put the riv nuts in that side yet because I don't have the 90-degree riv nut tool. I did enough to be able to make it to where we can use this as a tow strap here now, guys. And I put it behind so that when we are pulling on it, it's also pulling on the frame. Rather than just the bolts, I also put a rear jack point on there. I'm gonna just do a little down and dirty paint job just to keep it all good. Hitting it with steel it. Ooh, it's still hot. Should have waited. All right, look at that. Yo, dude. So, for some reason, this seat holes are different distances. None of this fits in my car, no matter what I did to it.
3 hours later.
Never give up, because look at that. She's in, which means now I'll have a passenger seat. And let's see if this shuts. We had to cut the carpet and all the padding out, refab up this Sparco thing. So I took about 7/8 inch or so out of the height of the rear. And then we also had to weld a little tab on here and play with the rake of the chair. Okay, that was a bitch. We got it in though. And I just discovered my car's birthday. There we go, March 24th, 2006. We'll be putting my passenger princess seat over on this side. Duders, we're in. We got the harness, the seat in. It's in a decent position for the passenger. Looks great. The interior all cleaned up, everything in. And I'm getting ready to test our jacking point here. So, let's see what happens. All right, we're in the air. Seems to be holding. That's good. Look at that. And the back's in the air. That is nice. Okay, we're in the air. Oh, would you look at that? Sheesh. Heading to OMC.